Hey, what's going on, Internet? It's Milkstarz here, and I have a special treat for you. I just recently recorded a video with Chris Sean about what you should learn after going over JavaScript and getting a firm handle on that. And we talked a little bit about the front-end languages and the back-end languages. So if that's something that piques your interest, make sure you check out the rest of this video. And if you like it, make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. Until the next video, I'll see you later. Hope you enjoy it. Peace.
Live. Nice. Okay, I think it's live now.
All right, cool.
All right, what's up, YouTube? You guys know who it is. It's Chris Sean. Today, we'll be doing a special video. And no, it's not coding phase. It's actually, we're doing a Milkstarz. That's not your real name, right?
No, my name is my name is Malik. I should probably put that on my channel somewhere. But yeah, my name is Malik. It's Milkstarz is like a nickname I got when I was younger. So yeah.
Oh, really? Wait, why were you given the name Milkstarz? Because you could sing really well?
No. It was because my family used to call me Milky because I couldn't say my name when I was young, like I was a baby, so I would say Milky. So then all of my family started calling me Milky, and then like when I started playing like video games, Milky was taken, so I started using Milkstarz. So
that's
and
funny,
then just
man.
stuck. Yeah. So,
Milkstarz.
yeah.
So you couldn't say Malik, so you said Milky.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, well, guys, hey YouTube, this is Chris Sean, and I want to introduce you to Milky. Malik. And so, Malik, if you could go ahead, man. Everyone knows who I am, but I want them to get to know who you are, what do you do with your channel, and yeah, just tell them about yourself, man.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, like as you said, my name's Malik. I'm a full stack developer at AT&T right now, so that's really cool. I've been working here for about 3 months now. I'm really getting into it. I'm mainly working with React and Node for my on my day-to-day tasks, so that's always really interesting. So that's always fun.
That's cool, man. So you got hired 3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
Dang, that's cool. So is this your first full-time like developer job?
Yeah. So yeah, this is my first full-time job. Yeah.
How's it been? Tough?
Oh yeah. So the first month was there was a lot of getting used to it because and I could tell like they weren't expecting much because they were very how do I word this, like they wanted me to like take it slow, make sure you don't overwhelm yourself. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I think I can handle it, but yeah, but it was a little bit rough at the beginning, trying to get set up and get antiquated with how they do things there. But after the first month, things got going, so that was cool.
That's cool. So you're just trying to get familiar with the code base pretty much the first month.
Exactly.
Make sure you don't destroy the company.
Exactly. I almost did once. So I was like,
oh really? You almost.
I almost like deleted like a major part of the code base by accident when I was setting up our Git flow on my.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was almost really bad.
On Git, so you can't do Control Z on that.
No, nope, not at all. I was trying. Oh god, that was bad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how much power developers have at a company, because you literally have the power to help that company, but you also have the power to destroy them like that.
Yeah.
When you work, because you just have access to the code, and that's how a company survives now. It's not just on machines or anything. It's on people. It's on brain power. It's on people like you or people like me or us, everyone that's watching, that put in the time to learn code to build what makes them money now. So yeah, that's cool.
It's not like directly for AT&T. Let me just rephrase. It's just for my team's code base. It's not like yeah. But still, it would have been bad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you told me earlier that you learned how to code through a boot camp. Did you teach yourself any other way after that, or was it just straight up from a boot camp?
Yeah, so I learned at a camp that I went to when I was younger, and after that I did a free code camp like multiple times.
Free code. Not Treehouse. Okay. All right, I see how it is.
I tried out free code camp. It was free, so I was just like, why not? I'll try it out, and I ended up really liking it. So I just kind of started making a whole bunch of projects, and eventually I had this like portfolio, and it just worked out.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about me. I never made a portfolio. The only portfolio I ever had before I got hired was my actual website, fishonlife.com, and that website's very ugly compared to what I can do now.
Yeah.
What did you put in your portfolio when you got hired, or wanted to get hired?
Well, I had a whole bunch of different stuff. So like I had like two of the bigger projects that I worked on when I was doing freelancing stuff.
Yeah.
A project that I did at like a hackathon that I went to my senior year.
Nice.
And then
in college, right?
Yeah,
senior
in college. Yeah, but senior year of college. Yeah, sorry. Senior of college. And then there was one other one. I think I made like a shopping cart or something in Angular. And I was just like,
that's cool.
Yeah, like a fully functioning shopping cart. Yeah. So
that's great. That's in high demand right now.
Yeah.
Shopping carts?
Yeah.
Oh man. That's literally what I work with all day. I work with either making registration forms, payment forms for companies. I make a lot of shopping carts. I style them, and the goal is to make purchasing that product as easy as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's cool, man. Well, yeah. So let's get into it. So the title of today's video is pretty much where do you go after learning JavaScript? Everyone right now knows the basics. They need to go into HTML. They need to learn CSS. But not just that. Honestly, I think the hardest thing to learn is JavaScript, because that's your first time you actually interact with a programming language.
Yep.
And so when people finally go through that hardship, that struggle of overcoming, trying to understand JavaScript, jQuery, and when they finally get through that, what is your suggestion on what steps they need to take after that?
So when they first get into it, I'd really recommend just thinking about it from just like a logical sense. Something that really worked for me is that imagine everything, it was just like, don't question a lot of the beginning stuff. Just be like, instead of why is this happening like that, just be like, okay, pretend like this is law. This is why this is. And trust me, as soon as you get the basics, everything else just kind of like cascades and falls into place. So that's what I would highly recommend. That's what worked for me, at least.
Really? So what language did you learn right after?
So after JavaScript, I started learning PHP. I started off with that. So yeah, that was when I saw how powerful like web applications could get like that fast. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So like I just made sure to it was mostly just in the beginning learning the syntax and stuff, you know, like variables and loops and
just like JavaScript.
Yeah, just like JavaScript. Yeah. And the best part is like some of that stuff just transfers over. So then it's just a matter of just learning the language. So
yeah, no, I mean I totally agree. When I'm studying PHP right now, and I immediately noticed that PHP and JavaScript are very similar, and so you're able to grasp just how that program works right away. And it's very interesting. We actually just hired a junior developer at my company. I put a video on. Pretty much his face is the thumbnail of one of my videos, and he literally just got hired 2 weeks ago, and he's never really worked with JavaScript before. But because he was specialized in PHP in school, he's still in school, by the way. He's only been studying PHP for 2 semesters. He got hired as an intern at my company, and awesome. He's already able to grasp JavaScript, which took me months to learn, at least 2 months to learn. And so within being here for 2 weeks, because he's already so good at PHP, he was already able to understand what JavaScript needs to do. He was already telling me, Chris, you shouldn't do it this way. You need to do it this way. I'm like, who are you? Wait, what? Who are you? You just got hired here.
Yeah. I feel that. No, yeah. I actually had when I was teaching at the camp I had one of my students. He was he was like a prodigy. This kid's like 15, 16, and he was borderline like pushing knowing more than me at the time, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And it would always be really awkward when he'd be like, no, Malik, you're supposed to do it like this, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like you're right, we'll just all right, moving on.
No, I mean, yeah, I agree. My senior developer, he actually never went to school. He never went to college. He went to high school, but yeah, like he made everything, our whole system, all on his own. And he just literally just been studying since he was 16. And right now he's only, I think, 21, 23. He's my senior developer. I'm 29, and so he's. But it's because it's something he loves and he's been doing for a very long time. So anyone can really learn it. But yeah, okay. So PHP. Well, I guess we're mentioning backend languages though. But other than that, like, what else do you think people should go to other than PHP?
So then when you start, okay, so this is when it starts getting like, it kind of splits into a fork, because I don't know if you've seen like that video where it's like a roadmap of like what you're supposed to be when you do like web development.
That's the first video I saw.
Yeah, there's like this guy that did like this 30-minute video. It was like really long, but basically you can go either into the front end developer where you start learning more front end frameworks like Angular, React, Vue.js is another really big one. Ember is another really big one. It's used mainly with Ruby. And then you could start learning like a lot of libraries that will help you with managing either your styles or your just boilerplating, so that you can create templates for your projects. So like Bootstrap is a popular CSS framework. And then there's a lot of tools and packages in Node that have a lot of templating software that are packaged into it. So it's really nice. Yeah. And then when you go into backend, that's like a whole other thing.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of languages in backend.
Yeah,
yeah,
a lot.
There's definitely a lot. I actually remember. I know exactly what video you're talking about. That's the first video I actually watched. One of the first videos I watched when it came to what should I learn after learning code. And it's mind-boggling, because honestly, you won't remember anything you watched in that video because there's so much information that's coming in.
Exactly.
What I think, first of all, what people need to do is that they need to look at first what they want to do.
Exactly.
What is it that they enjoy? Do you like puzzles? What do you want to do? Do you just want to design things? Are you artistic? For me, what I did is I grew up drawing. I used to pause the TV when I'm watching Dragon Ball Z and pause it, and I would just draw it and try to imitate it perfectly. Or I would go into my garage and I'll try to draw exactly how my car looks like, to the point that when I'm looking at the drawing, it looks exactly like the car. And so for me personally, and I used to write music also. Don't search me up on Google. But I used to write music also. I actually put my own music on a lot of my YouTube videos, but people don't know. But anyway, so I just feel that I'm very artistic. I am very creative, and I like creating things. And so for me, what I want to do is I originally wanted to specialize in front-end development. Yeah. So what I did is that I did HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I'm doing PHP, MySQL because I have to do that on my job. But I started specializing in libraries like CSS libraries, Sass, and Less. Do you work with any of those?
Yeah, I use those. Yeah, I use those in my projects. Like, they're pretty much mandatory.
Yeah, they really are. That's actually what a lot of companies are looking for now. So you have to know Sass or Less. Mainly, I believe Sass is more popular.
Yeah, I think it's newer, and they have a lot of. Sorry, what are you saying?
You have a lot of new what?
Oh, they have a lot of new like features that are implemented that aren't exactly in Less, and there's a bigger community in Sass compared to Less.
That's very true. Yeah, it's very high demand. Not just that, then. So after JavaScript, you need to learn Sass. You need to learn one language that's becoming very popular is AngularJS.
Yeah,
that's much mandatory now. But in regards to the backend, at least for me in California on the West Coast, the languages are very popular here in the West Coast. It's Python, it's SQL, but surprisingly now Go is becoming popular. The Go language, Go.
Golang, yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Golang?
Have you worked?
Yeah, I did. I like learned about it at the hackathon, that one hackathon I told you about earlier. I didn't do anything like crazy, but I heard about it. Thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you played with it at all?
No, I haven't, because that's not required of my company. So pretty much what I'm focused on is what my company's going to do. But yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of routes that people can go to after they learn JavaScript. But I think first of all, what they need to do is look at what they want to do. Because if you work in the back end, I'll be honest, from a lot of the senior developers I've spoken with, back end from their point of view, from my senior developers, back end is actually a little bit easier than front end.
Yeah.
Why? Because when it comes to front-end development, you have to match many different sizes of phones. You have to make it look good on the big TV, on the theater screen. You have to make it look good on the smallest, oldest iPhone in the world.
I know
and the largest
that's
iPhone.
Oh
So all those things, are very difficult. So I think one thing that people need to focus on is first what they want to do. If they want to create, go Bootstrap, go AngularJS. If they want to really build like massive back-end projects, for example, like things for Facebook, right, which is PHP, Facebook's PHP, definitely go on PHP. And by knowing PHP, I actually have a few friends who got hired at Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's all they knew. They only knew PHP and MySQL.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that's crazy.
I actually have a friend that's working at Facebook too, but he was a web developer too, but he was like kind of the guy that I went to for advice. Like he was just like that, the other level above me. I was here, and he was like soaring off into the sky. And
yeah, it's. I've actually applied there a few times. I think when I just started learning, I started learning code, and I think everyone has. I think everyone has tried to apply to Google and Facebook, but those aren't the only companies. There are a lot of companies out there.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah. Anything else you think people should learn after that?
Yeah. So, all right. So going into like more back-end stuff. So, there's a whole bunch of so we might have talked about a little bit earlier. We talked about Node. So Node is huge. If you guys don't know about Node, it's basically a server-side runtime of JavaScript. So basically, you can do a lot of like input output, like command line stuff that you would normally do through a command line through Node. And it becomes when you deploy it on a server, you can do you have like so much more control. And along with Node, it comes into Express, which is a library in Node, which allows you to like allow routing for web applications. So you can basically create your own web server, and then you can put all of your files on that are statically hosted with Express. And that's where the whole I don't know if you heard of the mean stack. Yeah, that's where that starts to come in with MongoDB and Express and Angular and Node. That's where that all ties in, and that's really cool. When you see how it gets put together, it's just like whoa, it's like a completely different approach. It's just like wow.
It is. I agree. And I can only imagine, since most of my viewers are people who don't even have experience in code yet, who are just learning to code right now. And I know a lot of languages that we're saying might be a little difficult to grasp at first. Yeah. But really, just look at what you want to do. You know, a lot of people try to go full stack right away. But from my experience, if you try doing that, you won't be able to grasp anything. So what I think is just first specialize in the area you want to really learn code in, and then go to the other side. If it's back end, stick to back end. It's front end, stick to the front end, and then slowly like be good in everything.
Yeah, just let it naturally just gain knowledge everywhere. It'll just be so much more cohesive at that point.
Yeah,
because I'd say like full stack developers sometimes can be like a little bit of a buzzword, like if you know what I mean. Like everybody will say they're a full stack developer, and then it's like it's not bad to know just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's just like a full stack developer. It's like they hire you because you know everything. They only want to hire one person to do all this stuff. And then they go into it and they just like, oh my God, I don't know all of this. So just take it one step at a time and just know that there's multiple routes you can take. So if you're not the most design oriented person, there's back-end web development, which is just as interesting and it's very interactive too. And you get to work with the front end guys, so it's not like you're gonna be just sitting there like mindlessly programming or like what you see like in memes and stuff. But yeah, just know that there's multiple routes if you want to become a web developer.
No, I agree. There is a lot. So yeah, I mean, there's not much really to say about this topic, but I know there are some people who are already advancing past JavaScript and hoping that this would help them too. But yeah. Well,
have you played with some of like the other like JavaScript frameworks at all, or?
Actually, what my company's thinking of implementing right now into our servers is Node.js. We're thinking about it, but actually, I'm going to something a little different. A language that's not really popular and a language that not many people know about. It's called MariaDB.
Yeah.
Have you heard of MongoDB? Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like it was made by the people that made MySQL, right?
Yeah, I came from Oracle, but the problem is that MySQL has so many problems with it right now. You know, MySQL isn't the perfect program out there.
Yeah.
MySQL isn't the best language to use to scale out because my company's like growing too fast to the point that we don't have enough developers right now.
Yeah.
We need a language, something that we can actually depend on that we can use to scale out. And so right now, I might stop learning MySQL and I might have to begin learning MariaDB, which is a language that Treehouse doesn't have it, Udacity doesn't have it,
Yeah.
doesn't have it. I've never opened a book in my life. A coding book to study. I've learned everything through Treehouse or just like on the job experience. So it's going to be a little intense.
Hey man, sometimes that you just got to get down and dirty, right?
Yeah, it's scary. I don't like books, but yeah. I think the last book I read was Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, yeah. The last time I've read a lot of books actually. I think I don't think I've read a coding related book either. And the last book I read was like 2 years ago, and I think it was something like it was like Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think that's the name of the book, something like that.
Yeah.
I like books that like change, like give you like thoughts on perspective. But yeah. Yeah.
I have glasses not because I read a lot, but it's because I used to be a hardcore gamer. My goal, honestly, like my dream was to be a professional Counter-Strike legend.
Oh damn.
Just kill everyone, but yeah, no, I'm here. But yeah, actually I want to do a little something different.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone right now. I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram story.
Okay.
And oh man, I don't see you on here. But you know, if everyone here is on YouTube Live right now, hit me up on Instagram, Real Christian. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What is your Instagram?
It's just I don't have one for like my YouTube stuff, so it's just my personal one. It's I think it's that Fly Guy Malik, I think. Yeah.
That Fly Guy Malik. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll post it in the description of that.
What's your Instagram?
Real Christian.
Real Christian.
Yeah. If anyone has any questions, go put it in the chat and
yeah, we'll be more than happy
we'll be more than happy to answer them. But what's up, Instagram? This is Milkstarz. We're doing a YouTube Live right now. If you could say what's up.
Hope y'all are doing well. Oh my god.
Okay.
You ever just listen back to yourself and just like, wow, that's not what I sound.
I used to write a lot of music, so I'm sort of like used to my own voice.
Oh, okay.
So that's right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I know a lot of people are starting to get on, but I think we're just about to end the video.
Yeah.
Any last words, man?
No, just make sure the last thing I just wanted to make sure you guys know is that if you're not sure which path you're going, and you know, like you're learning HTML and CSS, and you feel like you're starting to learn JavaScript and you got a firm grasp on it, and you're not really sure where you're gonna go, make sure you guys know that you should probably start going into React if you want to do front end, or React. Like get started learning that, and there's a lot of tutorials. If you go to like reacttraining.com, they have this like free like long tutorial that explains React really well. And that's just really good. And then if you want to do like backend stuff, start learning PHP. Like Chris said, they're both really strong languages. Yeah, dude.
PHP, it's going to be around for a very long time. But all right, exactly. If you guys haven't, I'm sure everyone's seen Milkstarz, but if no one's met you yet, if you've never seen his videos yet, check out his link in the description below. It's youtube.com/milkstarz with a Z.
Yep. I do a whole bunch of different stuff. Like I do like singing videos about code, and I do like a whole bunch of like big pictures about like the different languages that are out there. So if you're interested in that, you should check it out.
Yeah, definitely check them out. But all right.
Yeah. Well,
all right, thank you.
Thanks for having me here. All right.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. We'll definitely keep in touch too.
Oh, definitely.
All right. See you guys.
All right, take care.